But they do need funding, though, to run that agribusiness.
Now, here is one of my views about funding in Nigeria. I've heard a couple of presidential aspirants talk about providing $1 trillion venture capital for people to start businesses, and then they run on that. But I think differently. I'm not an individual who is so usually excited about credit. So debt is one of the things that I don't really like. So I look for creative ways to solve problems. Now, Nigeria agriculture problem, or Nigeria, in terms of what is it called again? In terms of funding challenges, I think what we need more is patronage. If I have the ability to produce 2 items, all I need to do is to have an off-taker who takes those products from me almost immediately that these products are produced, and then he pays me. If I make profit from that, I grow progressively. But giving monies out, with Nigeria tried to, we had UWIN, you had Shopee, they've tried to put funds into all of these areas to get people to become more sophisticated in producing these things, but it hasn't worked.
But do you think it hasn't worked because they gave out the money, or do you think those funds has actually not reached the right people? It hasn't touched
both.
The right hand, basically.
Both, but again, it takes us to where we started from. Data. Who do you know that are doing these businesses for you? So you have a situation where the nation is more like a basket. You pour water in there and it doesn't stay. But you need to take care of these things first. And once you can take care of it, what does a man who wants to run agriculture, what does he really need? He needs some seedlings. He needs the machineries to run. So now it takes me to the idea of producing your goods in Nigeria, for instance. If we have a case where a company that produces agricultural implements produce them in Nigeria, then we can have a deal with that company and say, you know what, we need you to partner with our farmers. All right, rather than selling your implements, your tools to them, we want you to partner with them. When you partner with them, they use these tools. At the end of the day, you do profit sharing, stuff like that. These are creative ways to generate resources.
Nigeria hasn't got any data as it is of its citizens. So if what you're suggesting is for Nigerians to go into partnership with each other rather than providing or making funds available for them to actually start business, then how does that man that is giving out his equipment to that man that needs the equipment, how does he keep track of who and where he is in order to, get his investment back?
Okay, that's the first thing. I think if you went through my manifesto, you see where we suggested something about synchronizing the existing data. This is the first assignment of any serious government. And this is what we'll do for the first 3 months. All the information that you have in the telecom industry, the banks, the government offices will be all synchronized, and we establish a national data bank. So with that, you can start. Anyone who is not, or who does not have that identity cannot access those things. In the words of Aminu Kano, he said something. He said, that the Nigeria will not know peace until the son of nobody, who knows nobody, becomes somebody in Nigeria. And this is true. Until the people, what it simply means that until the people themselves are able to gather themselves and put somebody in their midst who is one of them, somebody who has been part of the system, somebody who has been a victim of the society, somebody who has also run the streets of this country looking for a job, someone who has been part of young people on the street looking for a job. until that person who has been part of that system gets to become a leader that will determine what happened to the vast majority of the people in Nigeria cannot make progress. And this is what we're saying. So for me, it's like fulfilling the words of a great man. Like it was the fulfillment of the words of a great man for Barack Obama to become the president of America when the Martin Luther King said, King Jr. said, I had the dream that one day my 4 little kids are not going to be judged by the colors of their skin, but by the content of their character. That's the same thing that the dreams of Aminu Kano, they say until the day that Nigerian people are able to produce a president for themselves, they will not make progress. And I think that time has come for us to have the kind of leaders in Nigeria, leaders that are going to be responsive, leaders that are going to be responsible, leaders that are going to be accountable, leaders that are going to carry out the mandate of doing the service, providing basic services for the people of this country. So focus is, we can have a great nation, but there is a need for us to all make the sacrifice to give birth to that nation we want to give birth to.
On my first question, you did say something about the population of Nigeria. Nigeria's got that population to be able to run business. Mm-hmm. Now, at the same time, flip that over. Don't you think the booming population that Nigeria's got at the moment, don't you think in the next, say, 2050, in the next 10, 20 years would work against it? Just like China. China used to be overpopulated until it was then streamed down to a family can only have maximum of 2 kids. Don't you think Nigeria is getting to that breaking point?
No, I think considering the potentials of this country, we have the capacity to accommodate the world. We have the capacity to fit the world as it is
at 170 million. Nigeria is struggling.
Yes. Nigeria is struggling because the leadership that is supposed to carry Nigeria and push and ensure that every single child, every single person in this country is productive and is adding value, it's not there. Until we have a leader or leaders that are able to inspire the people to be patriotic, they're able to inspire the people to be passionate about their country. We're able to inspire the people to follow a vision and then give them the sense of responsibility to build the country for themselves. Why you say that we're looking at our population and that of the United States of America is well above ours as it is at the moment, and you're doing well. We have the potential.
It's a developed world.
We have the potential to get to where we have everything that I said something a couple of days ago. I said I'm still searching for that thing that Nigeria lacks to be a great nation. I can't find it because we have everything it takes for a nation, for a great nation, except leadership. Okay,
so we seem to be putting Nigerian problem on leadership. Okay, don't you think too much is being emphasized on just leadership and leadership? Don't you think, or do you think the Nigerian population, the Nigerian youth are actually ready to take the bull by the horns themselves? Are they ready to work hard themselves? Because if we look at it, if you get into power come 2019, don't you think 4 years down the line, they'll come back to blame you as a leader at that point? Do you think you can fix Nigerian problem in 4 years?
I believe Nigerian problem can be fixed in 2 years. And
that's optimistic, isn't it?
And I'll tell you how. I know I have a map on how these things can be solved. You see, the first thing that you need to give to the people is hope. One of the biggest challenges that we have in the country at the moment, no one believes in government anymore. No one believes in the systems anymore. Everyone is looking for how to solve their own problems themselves. Everybody is their own government. So how do you motivate these people to be effective, to be patriotic? These things cannot be. So for me, the first thing that would happen when I become the president of Nigeria is our hope will be rekindled, because the people can see that a street boy who is just one of them, who has been a victim of the same system, has now become their leader. And I will be able to inspire them, my words and my actions, and be able to say, you know what, guys, it is time for all of us to get to the streets of this nation and build it. Until we have people that can speak to us and make all of us feel that goosebumps and say, you know what, I'm feeling what my leader is saying, until we have such kind of people in the position of leadership. Because what you have now are rulers who think the government positions are purely just for the purpose of authority, not a purpose of inspiration, creating inspiration in the people. So that is the difference. And this is what the world is operating on in the 21st century. The world doesn't operate an imperial kind of system, or having a monarchical system that the king sits down and everybody comes to worship him. Here we have a leader who is willing to sweep the streets with the people. Here you have a leader who is willing to tell the citizens of the country every single penny in the nation ends and how it's been adequately being put to use. When you have those kind of things, you excite the people. Once you can create that excitement in the country, you see the things turn around within the shortest possible time. You can see that Nigeria will begin to shift from where they are. I said, you cannot try to force people to be patriotic. You can only inspire them to be patriotic. And you can only inspire people by the words you speak and by the actions you take. The leaders we have in the country. When last did the president of Nigeria speak to the citizens?